There is a sensation people romanticize without ever questioning it. They call it chemistry, the rush, the pull, the obsession, the feeling that someone has entered your life and hijacked your nervous system. You're told, if it's intense, it must be real. If it hurts, it must be deep. If you can't stop thinking about them, it must be fate. But Jung warned of something unsettling. Intensity is not truth, it's familiarity. And what most people call lust is not desire at all. It's an old wound recognizing its favorite environment. Notice how lust behaves. It doesn't ask permission. It doesn't wait for logic. It doesn't need compatibility. It bypasses thought and strikes the body directly. Heart racing, breath shortening, mind looping, sleep disappearing. That's because lust doesn't live in reason. It lives in the nervous system. Jung understood that the body remembers what the mind represses. So when someone triggers lust, they're not awakening love. They're activating a memory, a bodily memory of inconsistency, anticipation, emotional hunger, instability, the same sensations once confused with care. Your earliest experiences of love were not verbal. They were physiological. How closeness felt, how distance felt, how attention arrived or vanished. And your body learned one of two things. Either love feels safe, steady, predictable, or love feels anxious, uncertain, conditional. If love once arrived unpredictably, your nervous system learned to stay alert. That alertness later becomes lust. So when someone withholds, runs hot and cold, stays just out of reach, your body lights up not because they're special, but because they match the original chaos. This is not attraction. This is recognition. Here's the part people don't want to admit. Healthy love often feels underwhelming to the traumatized nervous system. Calm doesn't spike adrenaline. Consistency doesn't trigger obsession. Availability doesn't activate longing. So the wounded say, there's no spark. It feels flat. I'm not excited. But what they're really saying is my body doesn't know how to relax here. Jung explained that the psyche confuses peace with emptiness when it has been conditioned by chaos. So lust becomes proof of aliveness, even when it's slowly destroying you. Lust doesn't sustain itself. It oscillates. High, doubt, craving, relief, fear, obsession. This loop mirrors trauma bonding. Moments of closeness feel euphoric because they interrupt anxiety. Moments of distance feel unbearable because they reopen the wound. So you don't want the person, you want relief. And relief becomes addictive. Jung warned that when desire feels compulsive, it is no longer desire. It is survival reenacting itself. This is where people feel powerless. They say, I know they're wrong for me. I know it's unhealthy. I know I deserve better. And yet, the pull remains. Because you're not attached to them, you're attached to the hope of being chosen, the fantasy of resolution, the chance to rewrite the past your unconscious believes. If this time I'm loved, the original pain will finally disappear. So letting them go feels like letting the wound win. But Jung taught, what you cling to in pain only tightens the pain. There's a quiet shift that begins healing. Not when you find someone new, not when they finally choose you, but when you become conscious of the pattern. You start noticing how anxious you feel around them, how small you become, how much you perform, how rarely you feel safe, and the spell weakens. Because lust cannot survive awareness. It needs mystery, confusion, hope without evidence. Once you see clearly, the body slowly releases its grip. Not dramatically, but decisively. As lust fades, grief surfaces, not for the person, but for the child inside you who thought pain was proof of love. You grieve, the years spent chasing, the energy drained, the self-betrayal normalized. Jung believed healing requires mourning the identity built around survival. And this grief is necessary, because until you grieve the wound, you'll keep decorating it with desire. After healing, attraction changes. It slows, it softens, it steadies. You're no longer pulled, you're drawn. Your body doesn't spike, it settles. There's curiosity without obsession, interest without anxiety, closeness without fear. This kind of desire feels quiet, and quiet no longer scares you, because you're no longer confusing intensity with intimacy. Jung never said lust was wrong. He said it was symbolic, a signal, a message, a trail back to the wound. Lust shows you where you're still unhealed, not to shame you, but to guide you. So the next time desire overwhelms you, don't ask, "How do I get them?" Ask instead, "What part of me is still waiting to be soothed?" Because when that part is healed, lust stops choosing for you, and love finally gets a voice.